Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yay.
Friday Eve.
That's right.
Final stretch. This morning, we want to know, what job would you like to have in retirement? And I know that sort of sounds antithetical to what we think of retirement.
But I've actually thought about it.
Yeah, no, I know a lot of people have, and we got a lot of responses this morning. Let us know, do you have a dream job in retirement that you would like to have that would be more for enjoyment and recreation than it would really
be? It's not a hobby, but a job.
Yeah, exactly. So, and there's a reason why we're talking about this morning.
Yeah, so this morning during the show, we were talking about some new numbers from researchers over at Bankrate. So they say older Americans are returning to the workforce, and remote work could actually help. So the number of folks aged 65 and older that are working or looking for work has jumped by 144%. So that number comes from the U.S. Department of Labor. It says it's been measuring that trend over the last 2 decades or so. Bankrate, they put out a survey themselves. They said nearly 40% of adults who say money concerns are negatively impacting their mental health. They're citing being unprepared for retirement as a concern. Now, the remote part steps in when it comes to more flexible work schedules and making returning to work easier, especially with people that have employers that are offering these hybrid work schedules or some of those 4-day work weeks. I mean, those are benefits that are supported by older Americans. So as for the reason people are so-called unretiring, topping the list is, of course, just needing more money. Some are coming back because they just need something to do. Others are citing a need for health insurance, inflation just offsetting, fixed income. But it did get us asking this morning, what is your dream retirement job if one exists? And we got a bunch of responses. A lot of people just want to work with animals. Definitely understand that. We had someone chime in saying they wanted to be a flight attendant. I could definitely see doing something like that as well.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
But drop it in the comments and let us know. What would be your dream?
Teach exercise class. I could see that. I could see that as being, because that also keeps
you active.
Keep you active,
yes.
fit,
Travel agent, helping people plan their family memories.
I would do it.
Even though we both you and IKEA said, oh, flight attendant, that would sound fun, but of course we do all those unruly passenger stories sometimes.
No,
I always used to say, does my mic sound funny? I always used to say...
Did just then when you touched it.
Okay, sorry. That I would want to be a greeter at Disney. And say, welcome.
That's great. I love that.
Hey.
Well, I don't know. I never thought about this until now, so I have a few ideas. First off, since my wife wants to open up pretty much like a pity rescue type of thing, I'll probably have to work with that. But if I had other options, we've also taught
a dog rescue.
Yeah, dog rescue. Yeah, so where they roam around and we adopt them out. I think it would be really cool to open up a mini golf course. I think that would be great. So
our friends did that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then also,
you talk about putt-putt?
Putt-putt.
Yeah.
Well, it depends where you initially came from for your roots for the club. And then also, I think a tour guide would be pretty sweet if you love the area. Like the guy on the bus saying, Robert Downey Jr. has been over here.
Well, you'd have to move to New York or LA to be a tour guide.
Yeah, you got to talk like this. Hey, how you doing? I'll tell you where to go.
No, because Asheville has this bus that tours around and tells the history of the town.
That's perfect. Yeah. Well, you were mentioning celebrities, so I didn't know if that's what you...
Maybe Robert Downey Jr.'s been to Asheville.
Yeah, maybe he has a house there in the mountains.
Yeah. We have those tour buses as well here, that go around.
Funny
bus. Yeah, that's what. How about you, Kia? All right, Kia, you're on the spot.
I think I would stick with the flight attendant. I just want to travel. That's all I want to do. I want to be able to travel and see everything that I'm.
Do you know any
now.
flight attendants?
I know
one.
I know one from back home. Yes.
It's a whole different situation.
It's not as glamorous as it seems.
Yeah. Me so I can get the discount or something.
I do think that any of these jobs we're talking about are not fun if you're relying upon it if you have to.
Sure.
Right. Totally.
I think we need to give that caveat. If you're having to go back to work in retirement because you need the money, that's not going to be a fun.
It's a job.
No matter what it is.
Right.
At that point, it's a job, and you're just trying to make ends meet, and nobody wants to be in that situation. But assuming that you don't have to work.
Yes.
Be an occasional flight attendant might not be bad. Yeah, totally. I get it.
And to your credit, I mean, it's not easy. I think the payoff is worth it just because, my girlfriend's name, her wow words. Her name is Aubrey. And we knew each other from back home. We had our first job together, and she went on to be a flight attendant, among a couple of other things, actually. And when we catch up every once in a while, and she tells me about just all the things that she's gotten to see, how many countries she's been to.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is. It's eye-opening, and it truly makes you a smarter and just a better person, in my opinion.
I believe it.
So I'd love to do that.
We were talking yesterday during the midday show about how I want to retire overseas.
I like that.
Yeah, this random thing popped up in my feed that wasn't a thing I follow. It just popped up in my feed.
Where overseas you were?
It was a condo in Sicily, and I'm like, I actually said this to Brad. I'm like,
not bad.
Yes.
And it was for retirees.
It
was for retirees, and
we'll come visit you.
It was like $120,000 for a condo in Sicily. I'm like, woo, there you go. Let's retire. There you go.
I need the link.
Because we both regretted that we didn't study abroad as we were younger. So that would be fun.
Retire abroad. The conversation we're having.
Yeah.
I've never heard this conversation. I know a lot of people who are going to retire. Yep. No one's ever said, you know, when I retire, I'm going to go back and have another job.
I agree.
I've never heard that discussion.
I have always said that with my husband, though. When I retire, I want to be a greeter at Disney. And you know, a lot of people, too, retire. They go work at the Billy Graham Library.
Well, you know,
volunteer.
That's volunteer. A lot of people retire, become volunteers. They don't retire to, you know, retire and you go back and you volunteer for something. It's not, if you, like Ben was saying, if you go back for a job, it's because you have to. There's so many people. It's a tough world to live in. You know, we talk about the fun talk, but really, you talk to people who retired and had to go back to work, it's because they have to, and it's not
That's
easy.
not fun.
It's very difficult.
Well, I'm so happy that you guys brought that up, because this is the reason. Okay, so we made it fun and light, you know, for the purposes of the show, but that was the reason that we were covering this in the first place, is because the top reason is because people's fixed incomes is not keeping up with inflation, the cost of living, people are being pushed out of their homes, and so the conversation, especially when it comes to like retirement savings, it's changed, because I know my age group, that's something that we do talk about is, okay, well, once we retire at around like 65, 70, what's like that part-time thing that you're going to pick up to supplement your income? And I don't think that conversation was happening that long ago. But it certainly wasn't happening with my parents. And now it's something that we talk about every day.
Well, my grandmother, I said earlier in the show, she was a superintendent and retired, and then she wanted a more consistent schedule. She wanted something to get up and get ready and go to. So she went back and worked in adult ed, helping adults get their GED and stuff. And she retired when she was 80. She was 80. She finally retired.
We have a receptionist here, Shirley, and I think she left maybe early 2000. She was 84 and was our receptionist here.
Wow.
Her motto was, "There's a lot of life in the old gal."
Yeah,
I love that.
She's a great lady. Still remember her.
So we're getting comments. Melissa saying, "I'll keep working my current career my whole life, just hopefully part-time after 65. I love my career. I'm a banker."
I get that.
Joy saying, "I'd love to do something with cats and dogs."
Joy Mott.
Me and Hank are on the same page.
John Kelly, I agree with Ben Thompson. If you have to work for financial reasons, it's just a job. And Hank saying, bold to assume I'll get to retire in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of that a lot of people either haven't saved enough or because of inflation, like you said, have to go back to work. And so those people who get to entertain this idea, it's a bit of a privilege because, you know, some people are having to do it out of necessity. But I would be a dog trainer.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it'd be fun. You learn something. I got to figure out where you go learn to be a dog trainer because I don't know how.
I'm sure someone here can help you. Why don't you like do a story on it?
Yeah, maybe that's what I should do.
And
parlay that into like my retirement plan.
Do a story per year.
Yeah.
30 years. And that'll be enough trading for you.
That will be enough trading. I love that. I love that. All right, folks, chime in. Let us know what you think. What is your dream retirement job? It can be part-time. Let us know.
Volunteer.
It could be volunteer, too.
Let me dream about that.
There you go. And then we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.